Yeah. So RLS is very important topic in Power BI. So basically, what is meant by RLS is it is like restricting the data based on the people login. For example, like we will have east, west, north, south data will be there. So I belongs to east. I should see only east data. Similarly, when I belongs to west, I could also see the west data also, right? So similarly, for example, there will be like lot of business units will be there. So business units, I could see my business unit data, or like I will be handling. There are a lot of accounts will be there, right? So I could be able to see my data only in it, right? So these kind of things, so which we can do it with row level security, right? So basically, we can implement the row level security in two ways. RLS means row level security. So you can see, yeah. So row level security can be used to restrict data access for given users. Filters restrict the data access at row level, and you can define the filters within the roles. So basically, all this while when we are developing in Power BI, right? So we could see filters, slicers, and all. We used to see that using slicers we filter the data. So, but there are certain requirements, right? Let's say I belongs to some region, right? So business don't want to see other regions data. So that could be the requirements from the business, right? So when you have that kind of requirements, right? So how can we filter that particular data automatically when users logs in, right? So that is something we can implement according to the requirements. So we can implement RLS in two ways, considering the project use case. But I'll tell you what is the project use case, everything. Okay. So one is static way of RLS implementing, and the second one is dynamic row level security. Okay. So we have two ways is there. One is static way and another one is dynamic way. Okay, so let me walk through this. So we have this Microsoft, also we have the same link is available. So we can refer how to create the roles, everything, but it doesn't have complete information. But so in our session, so we are going to see complete one, right? So you can see about that RLS, how to implement everything, it is there. But let us see that. So one by one. Okay, so let me go to here again. So let's say I have a requirement. This is the workbook I have it, Power BI workbook. So we could see reason why sales is there, and profit, I mean product category wide sales is there. Similarly, I can also get that, like let me copy it. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just taking one more. So this one, yeah. So I just take the same thing with the profit. I just build this one. It is a simple visualization where I'm I'm just showcasing here. So with sales, profit, with all the regions. Okay. Now you can see. So we have sales and region wise profit and region wise sales. Similarly, product category wise sales, like that is there, right? So we can see completely how we can filter the data. So one is static way. One is static way we can filter the data. So the other one is dynamic way we can filter the data. So let me go through one by one, like both the ways. The static way is something. So we need to create the roles. In the modeling session, we have this manage roles is there. In the manage roles, we need to create the static roles. Okay, so we create the static roles and we publish this particular workbook and we add the users in the Power BI Premium. Okay, so that security will be working accordingly. When a user logs in, according to that, the security will be working. Okay, so let us see the static one. It is very simple one. Okay, so like if you could see, these are the steps. If you want to follow, you can define the roles and rules with Power BI Desktop. So when you publish this with Power BI Premium, it also publish the roles also. I mean, when you create these roles in desktop, with roles, it will be published. To define security roles, so we can follow these steps. Basically, it is like all these ones I will explain in a simple format, all these 9 steps. Okay, and I'll explain in a simple format. I'll go to the manage roles. In this, I can create the role. Okay, so for example, so let us go through our requirement, business requirement. So let's say business requirement is something. Okay, let me make a note about the requirement. Okay, East users should be able to see only East records of data or information, right? So basically East person, let's say I belongs to East region, I could see only East. Similarly, West user, so logs in, he should be able to see only West records. Okay, only West records. The next scenario is, okay, East and West. Somebody has when someone has East and West, both access is there for him. He is taking care of both the business, so he has both accesses there, East and West, right? So he should be able to see both the data, right? So you understood, right? This is the requirement, business requirement, right? So how do we cater this requirement? How do we make it done, right? So I'll just go to the Power BI. In manage roles, I create a role. So here, so go to this one. So this is a new role we can give. Let's say I'll give East access. We can give any name, but like to understand easily, I'm just giving East access. I come to here, add a filter. So where do we want to filter the data? Using region, right? I just go to the region. For what access what data we want to filter? East data. So what is that value I'll give is East. Yeah. So click on OK, done. So now you can see East data only, it is there. Let's say I want to create West role also. Simple. WEST, West access. We just have to give, and here, so we can copy from already existing role also. I have the East is there. I can just copy, and here I'll put it as West. WEST, West. Okay. So static roles are very, very simple. We just create like within less time. We can see. So the 2 roles are created, East and West, like that. So we can also create one more also if need. So now you can say I'll also create South also, SOUTH, South access. We can give any name. So user-friendly name, I'm giving it here, right? So we can also copy from other access also, right? We just go copy from other access and region equal to South. I just change the value. That's it. Okay. So click on OK, done. You can see we have 3 roles are there. So what are there? East, West, South, like this. We have roles created, right? So we are talking about the first method. What is the first method? Static way of RLS implementing. I'm talking about the first method. So let's go to there, right? So we have already roles created, so East, West, North, South, or whatever. So we have created. So once we create these roles, right? So with these roles, we need to publish that into server. Service means server. Let's say I'll go to this publish option, save this. So I'll go to this particular one, Power BI server. So to demonstrate this, what I'll do is we'll create a new folder. New folder means in the new workspace, I can say, right? So I'll give like row level security. So I'll give like team 17 row level security. I just give some folder name. That's it here. There is nothing else. The workspace is nothing, but we are creating a one folder so that we can publish all our dashboards into that particular folder. Okay. I just given there. So you can see we have the workspace is there. What is the workspace? Team. Okay. So I just go to the settings, team 17, right? So just save it, done. You can see, so we have a row level security workspace is also there. Now I'll go to here, I'll go to the publish option. So here I'll publish into this particular one. Not to have any confusion, I'm just publishing into the new folder which is created in the server. New folder means that workspace, new workspace. Okay, I'm just trying to publish into the server. Okay, so once it is published, right? So obviously, so we will see what happens when you publish it. So basically, I have already told to create a Power BI Pro account, right? So free Power BI Pro account, right? So based on the Pro account, I'm capable to create some more accounts also. Okay, let me going to show that so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, now you can see I have a team 17 row level security folder. So within this, I have a report also published. What is the report name? You can see it here, RLS security, right? So RLS security, see, I can see the data. I do not have any issues to look the data. So because, so why I can see the data is without adding me anywhere, right? Why I can see this data is, so because I am the admin of this particular project, or I am the report creator, right? So that is the reason I'm able to see everything. So when it comes to other people, how it happens, we will see. So that's what I have written here also, right? So you can see, okay, that there is one point. So members of workspace have access to data sets in the workspace. RLS does not restrict the data access. So I'm the admin. I'm the owner of this account, right? So that is the reason I'm not able to like that RLS is not applicable for me. It is like I'm the project owner. I want to see everything the data. So which means I do not have that kind of I do not have that kind of row level security things which will be applicable for me, right? It is already done. So you could see everything the data. I don't see any issues in my data to view the access, right? So now, so what I can do is I can add some users to the security roles, whatever we have created. Now you can go to the datasets area. In the datasets area, you can get a option called security. There is a security option. So when you go to the security, you can see whatever we have created the roles in desktop, in Power BI desktop, east axis, south axis, west axis, like that. All the rows we will be able to see it here, right? So now, so we can add the groups also or people also. People means one person can be added. A group means a group of people will be there in that group. We can give directly that group access also, right? Usually in offices, right, we don't give one by one person. There will be a user group created. One user group we will create it. On the user group through application layer. So when they rise for request, when they're rising for request, automatically it will be added in the backend. If they are added in the backend, automatically in the front end in Power BI, they should be able to see the access. So we don't add it like directly, we add a group. Okay, so let's go to this particular concept, groups and all, how to create it. What is meant by this one? So let us understand. Let's say I already told you have already created a Pro account, right? So Power BI Pro account you have already created. So when you go to this particular one, you can go to the view account. So because I am the admin, right? I'm the admin for this one. I'm just going to here. So when I go to this particular one, right? So I think we have to go to this office.com, not to the account. Let me go to the office.com. So basically we have everything from office.com. Yeah. So when you go to this office.com, you can see this is also my account only, same account, right? So when I'm there in office.com, so this is like only any Power BI developer will not get this access to log into office.com. Developers won't be there. This is like admin, administrator or project leader, somebody who is like leader of the project who will have that access. So let's say in this one, I have created my own account, free account. So I have entire privileges. You can see here, when you come down, there is an admin part is there, settings option. So when you go to the settings option here, so you will be redirected to the admin area. You can see, so what and all we can do it here. So we can go to the users, who and all is their active users, we can see. So there are only two users are there. One is the main account, this is the main account, and the second one is this one, right? So you can also see the groups also, active groups. So there is a group I have created like all company something. Okay, so we can delete it also, right? Only admin can delete it. Nobody else can delete it. Okay, so now I can also add a new group also. For example, I will add a new group. I just go add a new group. I just give the new group name East users. Okay, East users. I'm just giving a group name called East users, or sales users. Sales users. So we will have user groups like this only, not East users, sales users. Whoever belongs to sales team, who is working on sales team, right? So all the people, they can add this in the group, so that automatically access will be allowed directly. So okay, you can see like this is like owner of the mail. This is the owner. I just added owner and settings. So we can say anyone can see group content, or only private. So only members who can see that particular one. So we can give the group mail ID. So what is the one? I could say sales at this one. Okay, so it can be public or it can be private. So we can give, I just given sales, right? In future, whoever belongs to sales one, let's say whoever belongs to sales access, they need it, they can add it directly to the sales group. Correct. So it will be done like this. Okay, so when you add it, you can see automatically I can give that here sales like this, sales user group, but it is not yet created. Okay, so let's go to here and you can see close it. It is already done. So what is the group name? So what was the group name I have created? DL Power BI. So DL Power BI is there. So we have this group name. So we'll go there. So DL. So when you search with group name, it should automatically come for us. So when it is already created, so we should be able to see that particular group. Okay. So like, so it is already created, that user group, but it is still not at active actually. It will take some time to get it activated. So what was the name we have created? Sales group, right? So that we could not see. Okay, so that usually we call it as a DL, distribution list. Okay, so we will have, group of people will be there, so we can have that. I think this I will restore. So anyways, this is there, right? So we can restore it back. So what is the group name? We have it. Active groups is, so this is the one. NU is there. Sales users. You can see sales users had come, right? So now I'll go to here. I can give the sales users also here. So when I search it, I should be able to give that. So right now they are not coming, but usually they come. So what will happen is, so when you have a group is there, so whoever we add the users to the group, automatically their access will be enabled. Okay, so basically we need to add that access. So let's say I will use test users. The test user belongs to this one. This is the security table. Okay, so yeah, so not this one, sorry. So test user belongs to East. He can access East data. Okay, so who is the username? Test user. So what is his ID name? This is the one, test user at this one. Okay, so this is the one he belongs to. I just add it here, done, save it, right? So I have already done it. Okay, so let me log out now. Let me log out. So this is the main credentials, right? Let me now log in. So because the test user or any other user who will be accessing that report, right? So whichever the reason, see, I log in with test user now. So when I log in with test user, I go to the same report. So workspaces here. Okay. So the mistake was I have not shared that report. I want to give access. I just added to the security area, but I have not given, access to that particular report. How to give access? Even though you are added to the security, but you should have access to the report. Who can give access means only like those who are like administrators or contributors, they only can give access. So that is the reason I have logged in back. You can see this report is there. So data sets is there. So what I can do, how can we give access is nothing but in a simple way. Here, share option is there. So when you do share, we have to give the access. Here, not share, like we can give access here also, or we can share it. I want to share it. So what is the name of that user? Test user, right? So this is the test user. I want to grant access. Okay, I just say share, right? So when I share it, it is already report has been shared successfully, right? So even when you create a dashboard also, we get the share option there only. So we can do that. So I have already shared now. I mean, report has been shared, right? If you want to see access, like this report access, go to this one, access who have is, you can see. There is one more user added. I just now given read and reshare. He can also share one more to other people also. He can also reshare to other people. But so when they are added to the East region or whatever in the group, then only they can access the data. Okay, so let's go to this one. Let's sign in and let's check it. So we can also publish to the workspace also. I just give some name, publish it. So once it's there, it is done. Go to this particular one. So this report is also there. I mean, in app space, we have this same report is there. So let's go back. Let's go back and sign into the Power BI service. So right now it is, this guy is their admin guy. Okay. So who is admin? This is the admin account. Let me sign out. Let me sign out. Done from my end. I'll go to here again, powerbi.com. I'll sign in with this guy, test user, right? So when I sign in, he should see only East data only. So it is, there is a report is also shared with him. You can see shared with me. You can see it is, the report is there, right? So let me go to here inside. What data you can see it here? What data you can see? So why we are not seeing, West and South data for him? So we have added him in the roles option. We have added him only in which one? Only in which one? East only.
East one.
Yes. So when we add only in East, he can only see East data only. Right? So this is a static way of implementing the row level security. So basically what is simple thing is, like I will tell you in Office, right? How you want to implement. You just go create manage roles. Let's say there are a lot of East users is there, South users, West users is there. You create the roles, different roles, right? Simple. Region equal to East, region equal to double quotes South, region equal to double quotes West. We have created the roles. So when you go and publish it in the server using publish option, we published it, done. When you publish it, so you don't have to do anything, administrator. Here I'm showing you. So practically to explain that, I'm showing you adding one more user and I'm showing you that and all. Okay. So, but usually, so that's it. You from as developer point of view, we have to do this one only. Done. Okay. It is already done. Okay. So roles is done. Then when we publish it, so one more thing we need to do it as a developer point of view. So what is that we need to do? So we need to, what we need to do? See, so I just, somebody has shared with me. I'm not a, the administrator of this particular project. I can only see, I cannot go to that workspace also. I can only see whatever the reports I have access to me, right? Even see, I can go to this app space. Yes, see, so as of now, like we have covered so far, how to implement the static way of row level security, right? So static way means it is like we just created the roles, and so we published it. You can see it is very simple. We just go here, manage roles. We created the roles, different roles. and we have to add the users who belongs to which role, I mean which access they wanted to, right? So that can be done. So here, okay, so like you can see, so in this particular case, like test user 1, right, he doesn't have any, like he have only access, somebody has shared to access the report, that's it. He is not a developer, right? All the business users will see this kind of thing only. They can only access what they got shared, what they have access. Okay, so rest of the things they cannot do it. So now you can see, so they cannot edit the report also. They don't get the edit option also to do that activities. Okay, so like one more thing is, right, so far, so we have seen, and there are other options also. He cannot download it also. As a business users, he cannot download that also. He cannot download that report also, Power BI workbook, PBIX. So, but when it comes to normal admin or somebody who have access, they will be able to download the PBIX file also here. But here in this case, you can see there are so many, limitations are there for the business user not to see complete information. Okay, so right. So this is like, let me log out. Okay, sign out and log in with the admin account. Let me log in with administrator account. I just go to here, log in with admin account. Okay, so static way is very, very simple, right? Once we publish that particular one, like here, so once we publish it in the report, in the data set, right? So we just have to give access in the security. We have the roles created. So whoever we add it, they can see that data only. For example, I want this guy only, user 1 only. He want to see South also. Both he want to see. Then I can add South also here. I can add him both the groups, right? You can see test user is there. Save it, right? You can see test user is here also. Test user is here also. Okay. So in both the areas, we can see the test users, right? So now when we log in with him, right, you should be able to see. So to show you all these things, right, I'll go to the different browser and I'll log in with that guy, test user, so that it will be easy. Every time we need to log out and we need to log in to test it, right? It will be simple for us to do that. Okay, so let us check that. I'll just go to this one different browser and log in with that particular user. Okay, so that we can test everything there and we can provide access, everything we can do that. So Power BI sign in. Power BI sign. Okay. Yeah, so I'll say like I'll give the username. Okay, so done. Next, I will have to give the password. Okay, so in this case, I have this password is there, user password. I just give this password, sign in. Okay, I'll save this also so that every time we don't have to sign in when you do one time, right? So every time we don't have to sign in with this account. Okay, so now you can see whatever the dashboard it has been shared. So I could see that, right? So you can see, and also here in the report. So what data I'm seeing it, east and south. So because in here as admin, I have given him access to access east and south, not the west. If I add him in the west also, now you can see if I add him in the west also, he could see west data also. Save it, done. So he has been provided access. Let me refresh this. I will just refresh the report. Automatically, he should be able to see the which data, all the 3 regions, right? So this is the static way of implementing the row level security. Static way means we create the roles in the managed roles. We create the roles in the managed roles. Here, we create the roles in the managed roles. There are a lot of roles we can create it and do that. Okay, so this is fine. This is simple. East, west, north, south is there. We have created 4 roles and we have done it. So what if? So what if we need to create, around 100 roles or 50 roles? We need to create it. Or what if there are a lot of users are there, and there are a lot of scenarios are there, right? So will you be able to create all the roles? Means it will be difficult to create those many roles and those many users to be added. So maximum it is recommended, like in Tableau, as per my knowledge, so we can have around like user groups. I'm saying user groups, we can have 10 user groups. Roles, we can create a number of user roles, but it is difficult to create the roles, manage roles, and we have to create thousands of roles. And let's say somebody has left the organization, or somebody has moved to within the organization to some other team, right? Each and every role we need to go and we need to remove him, right? It will be very, very difficult to do this kind of things, right? When you have more users are there, right? So, and also one more thing. So when you create the user groups, not the people, one by one user group, right? So we can give the group name. If somebody removed also, they will be removed from the group. If they are removed from the group, automatically their access will be removed. Okay, so like that. For example, let me remove access to this one, this guy. I'll remove access, save. So here also I'll remove it. What I'm doing is I'm removing all the access to him. Nothing I'm access giving him. Okay, done. I just removed it. So now I'll go to this browser, I'll refresh. So what data he could see? He could see nothing because he do not have any access. He has access to the report. I mean, he can able to log into the report. He can be able to log into the report, but data he doesn't have. See, the visual contains restricted data. He cannot see any data here, right? So because he doesn't have access to that, right? So what is that to give? You need to raise the access to get that particular one. So when you implement the row level security, so these things we need to take care. Okay, so I'll put it here. So add this user. Okay, so done. So now I'll go to here again. When I refresh, he could see now again East data. So this is the way of static way of implementing the row level security. Yeah, right. So, and I want to tell you, you must be having a doubt. So what is this user principal name? Okay, so I'll tell you that if you could see in the desktop, it is showing desktop / Naveen is there, right? So basically there is a function I have created, user principal name, just only user principal name, that's it. This is the dynamic function. Okay, it is like a person logs in into the system, it will be given his name, right? So in desktop it is giving like this, but in server always it will give a email ID. You can see. So when I go to the server of the report, you could see mail ID test user one at so whatever the mail ID is there, you can see that. Okay, is it clear, guys, all of you, how to implement the static way of row level security? Static way. Only thing is we just have to go to here, create the manage roles, static roles like this, static roles, publish them into the server. Again, if you are administrator, admin means you are the owner of that workbook, right? You are the owner of the workbook. You go to this particular one here in the datasets area, with security. So we need to add the whatever the access he wanted based on the role we created. We need to add them so that he can access the data. Okay, so this is very simple, creating the row level security in static way. Okay, is it done? Like, I mean, is it clear, all of you?
Yes, Naveen.
How about others too?
Yes, sir.
Good. Fine. So what we could do is now, yeah. So we are going to learn about dynamic row level security. Dynamic row level security. For dynamic row level security, the same setup will not work. Whatever we have set up is there, it will not going to work. There is some more thing to be added to implement the row level security. Okay, so we will see that. Yeah, so now you can see, I think this is the one in the app space also, right? So we could see complete data because I'm the owner. But when you go to here, so when I go to here, file, I can enable the access to this person. Share, I can share that report. So let's say I'll go to here, app space. It doesn't have anything. If he has access, he could see that also here. Okay, so we will discuss that now. What is that? Dynamic row level security. Dynamic RLS. Dynamic RLS means we don't have to do so many static things. It can be automatically, the access will be enabled. Okay, so let us see that.